Gabriel, the head angel, was stressed. His halo was crooked. Barnaby, he shouted to a junior angel who was currently tangled in a cloud. I need you to deliver a message to Mary in Nazareth. It's huge. World-changing. Barnaby, desperate for a promotion, saluted. On it, boss. He zoomed down to earth, aiming for Mary's house. Unfortunately, Barnaby was bad at landings. He crashed through the window and landed face first in a bowl of hummus. Mary stared. Hello. Barnaby popped up, covered in chickpeas. Fear not. You're going to have a baby. He will be the king. A baby? Mary gasped. But I'm not married yet.
No. It can't.
Barnaby checked his notes. Wait. I forgot the most important part. It's a miracle. Gotta go, bye. He flew straight up into the ceiling fan. Whack. Joseph was a carpenter who loved naps. He was deep asleep, dreaming about a giant, flying beans with plantain, when Barnaby crashed into his dream. Joseph. Wake up. Barnaby yelled, shaking the dream taco. Joseph mumbled, no onions, please. Listen. Mary is going to have a special baby. It's all part of the big plan. You have to marry her and name the baby Jesus. Joseph woke up with a start. Whoa. That was either a divine message or that beans and gory was a bad idea. He decided it was the beans and went back to sleep. Barnaby groaned from the ceiling. He had to use the stage 4 divine wake-up call, a ghostly trumpet blast right in Joseph's ear. Far away in Rome, Emperor Augustus was bored. He'd just lost a game of pin the tail on the lion to his pet monkey. I demand a recount of everyone in the empire. Augustus threw a tantrum. A census. Everyone must go back to their hometown so I can count them personally. The decree reached Nazareth. Joseph groaned. Bethlehem. That's miles away. And my donkey, Bartholomew, hates walking. Mary sighed, packing a small bag. It's the law, Joseph. They went to the stable. Bartholomew the donkey was currently eating Joseph's best sandals. When he saw the luggage, Bartholomew immediately played dead,
This is
sticking his hoof
ridiculous.
straight up
Look
in
how
the
far
air.
we still have to go.
The road trip was a disaster. Bartholomew the donkey stopped every 5 minutes demanding carrots. Are we there yet? Bartholomew brayed whiningly. No. Joseph snapped. He was holding a giant, confusing scroll map upside down. According to this, we should be underwater right now. Suddenly, a gang of mischievous squirrels ambushed them, stealing their snacks. While Joseph fought off a squirrel armed with an acorn, Mary noticed something. Joseph, that sign says, Egypt this way. They had walked 20 miles in the wrong direction. Joseph threw the map at a cactus. They finally arrived in Bethlehem. It was packed. It looked like a rock concert parking lot. Joseph knocked on the first in door. The innkeeper opened a tiny slot. Password. Please. Joseph tried.
Go away.
Wrong. Slam. Every inn was full. The last innkeeper, a man with a suspiciously fake mustache, sneered. No room. Unless you're the emperor himself, beat it. Mary looked pale. Joseph, the baby is coming soon. Joseph begged the rude innkeeper. Please. Anything. A closet? A large shoebox. The innkeeper's eyes narrowed. Well, I do have the budget suite out back.
Alright, I agree.
The budget suite was a smelly, drafty stable. But it wasn't empty. It was currently occupied by a gang of very tough-looking chickens wearing tiny bandanas. The head rooster, Clucky Montana, blocked the entrance. He clucked menacingly, signaling this was their turf. Bartholomew the donkey snorted and charged. The chickens scattered in a flurry of feathers and squawks. "It's not perfect," Mary said, settling onto some hay, "but it will have to do." Joseph tried to make it cozy, but the cow in the corner kept trying to eat his hat. Meanwhile, on a dark hillside, some shepherds were bored out of their minds.
Oh, and here's another Willie.
They were naming their sheep. That one is Fluffy. That one is Fluffy Jr. And that
Fluffy?
one is
Fluffy Jr.
Sir
Fluffy the
Fluffington
third.
III. Suddenly, the sky exploded with light. It was Barnaby the angel, and he had accidentally turned the divine brightness dial to maximum. "Aha! My eyes," screamed the head shepherd. "Fear not," bellowed Barnaby, realizing he was too loud. "Good news. A savior is born in Bethlehem. Go find him wrapped in cloths, lying in a feed trough." The sheep panicked at the light. They stampeded, forming a giant, woolly pyramid with the shepherd stuck on top. Far in the east, three wise men, Mel, Gaspar, and Ball, were staring at the sky. They were super geniuses who loved charts. "A new star." Mel pushed up his glasses. "It signifies a new king." "Let's follow it," said Gaspar. "I'll pack the gifts, gold, frankincense, and, wait, what's the third one again?" "Myrrh," sighed Ball, "nobody ever remembers myrrh." They set off on camels. But the star was acting weird. It would zip left, then zip right, then do a loop-de-loop. It was a celestial GPS glitch. They ended up walking in a perfect circle around the same palm tree for 3 hours. King Herod was the meanest guy in Judea. He was currently yelling at his soup for being too hot. A trembling spy entered. "Your Highness." The wise men passed through. "They say a new king of the Jews has been born." Herod spit out his soup. "A new king? But I am the king. Me. Herod the Great. Not Herod the Pretty Good." He threw a golden goblet across the room.
Seize them at once!
It bounced
Bring
off a
them to
guard's
me!
helmet with a loud dink. "Find this baby!" Herod shrieked. "Send out the royal guards. The scary ones with the big pointy sticks." Back in the stable, things were chaotic. The cow was mooing, Clucky Montana was pacing, and Joseph was fainting every 5 minutes. Then, everything went silent. A tiny cry echoed through the stable. Jesus was born. Mary wrapped him snugly in cloth and laid him in the manger, the animal's food bowl, which she had cleaned 3 times. It was a beautiful, peaceful moment. Until the shepherds burst in, smelling like wet wool and looking totally frazzled. "We saw an angel. He nearly blinded us," they gasped, kneeling before the baby. "He's the real deal." Suddenly, the 3 wise men arrived, out of breath and dizzy from walking in circles. Their camel squeezed into the stable, making it very crowded. "We come to worship the king," Mel announced. They presented their gifts. Gold landed with a heavy thud. The air filled with the sweet smell of frankincense. Then Baal opened his jar of myrrh. Immediately, Joseph, Mary, the shepherds, and all the chickens started sneezing uncontrollably. "Achoo! Sorry," Baal said sheepishly. "It's very potent." It was the sweetest, weirdest, most crowded birthday party ever. Just as everyone was calming down, Barnaby crashed through the roof again. "Emergency! Red alert," the angel yelled, dusting hair off his wings. "Herod's ladle-wielding cooks are coming to get the baby. You have to run. To Egypt. Now." Joseph grabbed Mary and the baby. They jumped onto Bartholomew's back. Mush, donkey! Joseph yelled. Bartholomew refused to move. He wanted a bribe. Mary quickly shoved the wise men's gold into his saddlebag. Seeing the bling, Bartholomew takes off like a rocket. They galloped into the night just as the angry cooks arrived at the empty stable, shaking their spoons in frustration. They had escaped.